Welcome to the Online Work Readiness Assessment OWRA Installation and Deployment Guide. This guide will outline the requirements necessary for installing and deploying OWRA and provide step-by-step instructions for installing and deploying the tool. Before you begin, go to Download OWRA for technical staff on the Welfare Peer TA site. Thoroughly read and review all of the documents related to the installation, deployment, and use of OWRA. In particular, read the overview, deployment installation plan, and customization instructions. Please note, this installation presentation uses a Windows environment. If you are using another operating system, please replace the commands accordingly. In addition, please be aware that this is a step-by-step installation and deployment guide intended for people without extensive technical backgrounds. Before you begin, it is necessary to determine the hardware and software that you will need. You'll need a database server, which for our purposes was a MySQL server on a Red Hat Linux server. You also need a Java application server, which ICF used as a Sun Glassfish Enterprise server. There is also software components that are necessary. You will need a modern internet browser with JavaScript enabled and pop-up blocker off, Java 6, and a database. OWRA is database agnostic, and so it works with relational databases such as MySQL. Step 1. Install Java SE6 or above JDK. Go to the Oracle website under Java SE Downloads, and in the Details section, download Java SE6 Update 33 or above. Click Download, then accept the license agreement, and click the file that corresponds to your database server. Select Save, and save the file to an easily accessible folder. Then select Run. When prompted during installation, download Development Tools by clicking Next. Step 2. Replace security jars. From the Oracle website, under the Additional Resources section, download the unlimited strength Java cryptography extension files that correspond to the version of JDK you've just installed. Accept the license agreement, and download the files, and save them to an easily accessible location. When prompted, open the file, and copy the .jar files that you just downloaded. Now you're going to open the Java folder from Step 1 and replace the .jar files in that folder with the ones that you have just downloaded. Step 3. Download Glassfish. From the Oracle website, download the version of Glassfish that corresponds to your operating system. Accept the license agreement, and then download the file. Save it to an accessible folder, and then select Run when prompted. Wait while the files are extracted and initialized, and then click Next through the first several screens. Typical installation will already be selected. Click Next. You don't have to fill anything out. You can click Next, and now click Install. This should take just a few minutes. Type in a username and password that you will remember, and click Create Operating System Service for the domain, then click Next. Step 4. Test Glassfish installation. Open the Glassfish User Admin console in your internet browser using the URL on your screen. Once it comes up, you're going to enter the user ID and password you created in step 3. Once you log in and see this screen, you'll know that you've successfully downloaded Glassfish. Once that happens, you're going to go back into your Glassfish folder, go into the asenv.bat, scroll to the bottom, and be sure that the file path for Java is correct. If you need to change the path, then you can restart your Glassfish server. Step 5. Restart Glassfish server. For Windows users, go to the command prompt. Go to your Start menu, then click Run. Type CMD in the callout box. Once the command prompt comes up, change the drive to where you have installed Glassfish. For example, if it's in the C drive, use the following steps. On your screen now. Remember that you cannot copy and paste into your command prompt. You have to type everything in directly. To restart it, once you're in the Glassfish folder, you will type in asadmin restart domain 1 as you see on your screen. You're going to then go back into your user admin console to check and make sure that the Glassfish was started correctly. So you'll put in your username and password again. Step 6. Download MySQL. Go to mysql.com/downloads to download MySQL. Click Download. And you don't need to register if you don't want to. You can click No Thanks, Start My Download. This takes a few minutes, so don't be concerned if you have to wait a bit. Click Install MySQL Products and accept the license agreement, and then click Next. Next again. And you're going to download the full setup, so click the button next to Full, and then click Next. Execute. And again, it should just take a few minutes to execute the programs. Then you're going to click Next and accept the license agreement again. Again, installing the components could take a few minutes. Then you're going to click Finish Setup. And it will take you back to the installer, and you're going to execute again to download the rest of the programs. You're going to configure the server based on your specific needs and whatever is relevant for you, and choose a root password that is going to work for you and that you'll remember. And again, you'll need a username and a password. You should choose a host that is right for you as well. We are a local host, but you might have an outside host that you're going to use. Once you've added the user account, you're going to click Next. Name your server and click Next. Once the installation procedure is complete, you're going to click Finish. Step 7. Download OWRA scripts. In order to download the OWRA scripts, go to the TANF Tech Connections website, Downloading OWRA for Technical Staff. In order to download the tools, you'll need to register. So you can put in your first name, your last name, your agency, and your email address, and any other information that you find relevant. Then you click Submit and Download. And now you have the Download the OWRA tool page, where you're going to download the documentation, the deployable OWRA package, the OWRA source code, database schema, and the admin component. You're going to save them all to an easily accessible folder so that you can get to them easily later. Once you've downloaded the OWRA scripts, you're going to create a new folder in a convenient location. We did it on our desktop so that you can copy the .war files from the files you just downloaded so that they're unzipped, because later on you'll need to use those files. So here you have the OWRA war file, OWRA admin war, and the OWRA SQL. Step 8. Deploy OWRA SQL scripts. For Windows users, you're going to return to the command prompt from Step 5. Change directories by typing in cd \, and then enter the complete file path to the installed MySQL database, and go to the following directory underneath it, your MySQL server 5.5 \bin. And then you're going to put in the passwords and the username that you created, which in our case were root. Step 9. Create the OWRA database. Once you're in the MySQL directory, you're going to type create database OWRA semicolon. Press return, then you can type exit. Now you're going to go back into your MySQL directory from step 8 and type in MySQL OWRA, and the username and password are the ones that you created in step 6 during your installation. Step 10. Connect the Glassfish server to the database. You're going to now go into your MySQL directory and go into the following folder, MySQL / MySQL connector J. You're going to copy the jar and then paste it into your Glassfish folder, your Glassfish 3 Glassfish lib. Now you're going to restart your Glassfish server from step 5. So you're going to go back into your command prompts, change directories to the Glassfish server, and you're going to type the command to restart the server again, as you've done before. Step 11. Create a database connection pool. You are now going to log back into your Glassfish admin console after your restart, and in the left-hand navigation, click on JDBC under Resources, and then click on JDBC Connection Pools. Click New, and you're going to put the pool name as OWRA Pool, the resource type as the Java SQL Connection Database. The vendor is whatever vendor you've used. Change the pool size to 1 if it's not 1 already. And then you're going to select all properties and then unselect the ones that you'll be using, which are users, server name, port, database name, and password. You will then delete the remaining properties until only the 5 remaining are there. Now you're going to enter the values for the properties that are remaining based on the information that you have already decided on. For us, it is a local host, but it probably will not be a local host for you. Then you're going to click Finish, go back into the pool, and click Ping to make sure that the connection works. If you see a ping succeeded, then the ping succeeded. Step 12. Create a JDBC resource. Click on JDBC under Resources, then click on JDBC Resources. Then you're going to click New, and for the JNDI name, you're going to put JDBC /OWRA. The pool name is OWRA Pool. Make sure the status is enabled, and then click OK. Step 13. Locate the OWRA admin war file. Click Applications from the left-hand navigation and click Deploy. You're going to then navigate to the directory where you have saved the OWRA admin war, and then select the file, then click Choose File, and click OK. Step 14. Deploy the OWRA admin war file. Click Launch, and click any of the two links that come up. This will bring you to the OWRA admin page. And then you're going to log in with the login and password that you have found on the deployment to installation guide. You're going to put in the encryption configuration passphrase and then click Home. Step 15. Create OWRA user account in OWRA admin. You're going to create a new user account and then put in the required information for the user, including name, email address, username, and password. For the roles and departments, you're going to put in the ones that are specific to that user, which depends on the decisions that you made with your program staff. Step 16. Deploy OWRA war file. Back in the application section, you're going to click Deploy and look for the OWRA.war. Hit OK. And then you're going to launch the OWRA war. And again, you can click any of the two links that come up. And now you're going to click on the OWRA tool itself. Now you're going to log in using the login and password that you created in the OWRA admin tool. And here is OWRA. You have successfully downloaded OWRA. Step 17. Create departments. You are next going to create departments and customize the recommendations within the OWRA tool. You can find instructions under the Customization Instructions PDF on the Welfare Peer Technical Assistance website. If you have any more questions concerning OWRA, please contact the virtual help desk at tanf_techconnections@icfi.com or by calling at 1-866-989-OWRA, which is 6972.